Before we begin, though, I really want to share some information. I was watching the ESPY Awards, and a gentleman named Craig Sager, he is a sportscaster. He was honored this year on the ESPY Awards because they have an honorarium every year for people that are challenged with cancer or who suffer cancer or passive cancer. But he really had a wonderful speech and really motivated me to share with you a little bit of my thoughts on what is time. It kind of helps me to understand me a little bit better after suffering a stroke. When you suffer a stroke, you're kind of combobulated in your brain and you don't know where you stand and the unknown and fears and really we don't know time after suffering a stroke. We're just really in that space to try to get through it and survive. And it really took me a long time to get to the survival principles, which Mary Kay is a wonderful example of principles, which we'll speak about later on. But he said a few things that really amazed me. He said each and every day is a canvas waiting to be painted. God, isn't that a wonderful example of how we should look at life, to paint the canvas? And you don't know how that canvas is going to come out. And each time you paint, it can come out different as well. So he really did have a picture for me, and I'm visual, so a picture is really important.
What is time really? When you are diagnosed with a terminal disease like cancer, leukemia, your perception of time changes. When doctors tell you you have 3 weeks to live, do you try to live a lifetime of moments in 3 weeks? Or do you say, the hell with 3 weeks? When doctors tell you that your only hope of survival is 14 straight days of intense chemotherapy, 24 hours a day, do you sit there and count down the 336 hours? Or do you see each day as a blessing? Time is something that cannot be bought. It cannot be wagered with God, and it is not in endless supply.
Something that cannot be bought, it cannot be waged with God, and it is not in endless supply. That is really important stuff. Let me read it again. Time is something that cannot be bought. It cannot be waged with God. It's not an endless supply. When I was driving here, I drive from New Jersey, so it takes me about an hour and 10 minutes without traffic. But that's the transition period from my regular life into being the host of this show, and I really meditate and I think and I pray on how I'm going to be sharing and what I'm going to be talking about. And all of a sudden, to my left came a jaguar. And I remembered that I had a story about a jaguar, which I want to share with you. I always believed when I was young and through my ages that when I was successful, I would have a white jaguar. And that was going to be my prime example, almost like Mary Kay with the pink Cadillac. Very, very poignant. So I've been trying to achieve the foundation and singing career and just really life in general, maintaining a home, and life is challenging. Life is challenging. I went to perform at one of my assisted livings, and a little angel that's there named Bruce gifted me with something. And a little angel that's there named Bruce gifted me with something, and he said, "Here, I have something for you," out of the blue. And I said, okay. So I opened it up, and it was a Jaguar car, a toy car. And I started crying because I thought to myself, it didn't need to be a huge Jaguar. This is a prime example that I am successful in my life. I'm successful because I'm here, I'm doing my work, I'm in the middle of things, and it really is a poignant moment in my life for him to have given that to me. And I really wanted to do it together for the moment with that Jaguar, but I didn't have a moment. So thank you, Bruce. Thank you for reminding me that life is very fragile and that we don't need to get to the end. It's about the journey getting to where you want to go in life. Although Mary Kay will tell you, and we spoke about this in the green room, and I really believe this, that yeah, you accomplish your goals, but then 2 seconds later, okay, what else are you going to do? So it's pretty amazing. So I want to thank Craig Sager, I believe his name is, Sager, for his words of wisdom. And I wish him well, and blessings to him. And you know, we could be as healthy as anyone, but our lives could be taken away. When you don't wait to get to the place to be ill before you decide to live your life. We're going to have to take a commercial.
Living with my eyes closed, knowing day to day, I never knew the difference. I never cared either way. Looking for a reason, searching for a sign, reaching out with both hands. I gotta feel the key.